So you go?
You already know right here I'm with Arizonafoos and shit. You know, this my boy Lazy Dub.
Hey.
And then we about to get this motherfucking interview at the motherfucking rec club. I'm out here with my boy and shit in the Charlotte rec room. You already know. Damn, Pop, so how's it going, man?
Man, big chillin', Arizona living. You already know.
Hey, man, we just want to tell you, and we want to appreciate, we appreciate you coming out here and shit, showing some love. So, shit, let's get into this interview and shit, Hey, man, so what's up with that SPM shit, fool?
Oh, damn, off the rip. You already know, no chomos allowed around here. We don't play that.
No, we don't play that shit at all, fool. So, what's it called? I seen, that you and Swifty were getting at that fool kind of heavy and shit, and y'all even dropped the track and shit. Talk about that shit, bro.
Man, so I brought Swifty out here to do a project. So we did like 4 tracks, and it just happened to be like we were in the studio, like, hey, bro, hey, I'm doing this record right here. By all means, you want to jump on this, my G?
Yeah.
Let's get it. He's like, I'm down, like I'm with it. You know what I mean? He's like, man, I already know. You know what I mean? Like that food's no good. So, you know what I mean, we just ran the play and fuck it. Hey, let's get it in the studio, you know what I mean?
So then how did it go? Cause around that time, I seen that you tapped in 602 Byron and AB. I seen that shit and I was like, oh, that's Feedman. But like, how did that come around? Like, how did you like? Did he come out here? Did you go out there and shit?
Okay, so I brought Swifty out here.
Yeah.
And then, I was networking with the young homies right there, AB, hey, rest easy. You know what I mean? Like, damn. You know what I mean? That was definitely, you know what I mean, a loss. You know what I mean? But and 602 Byron. So I was like, hey man, we shooting a little video over here at we're over there in Glendale.
That shit was big, fool.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So I was like, hey, pull up. You know what I mean? You're more than welcome to pull up and link them up, and you know what I mean, they started, networking too. So it's like it's all love, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I can help you, shit, I'm down, you know what I mean? There ain't no gatekeeper type of shit around here. So it's like, whatever the young homies, if I can help them out, shit, I'm down.
That's Feedman, fool. Hell yeah. That just shows that you're better than a lot of rappers out here, fool.
Oh yeah, they be on some hater shit, but we changing that shit up.
No, that's Feedman, fool, because hearing it from you and you kind of being more there because you kind of been in the game, it feels good to hear someone like you say shit like that. Like,
no, real talk, because like when I was coming up, shit, I wish there was somebody like me.
Yeah.
To, you know what I mean, help me out, in situations, or it just point me in the right direction, or put me up on game. You don't got to try to put me on,
right? But
at least give me some information. You know what I mean, like help me out. What worked, what hasn't worked. You know what I mean, like shit like that. You know what I mean. Instead, everybody they want to be that one. Like shit, I'll love to see somebody from AZ like blow up. It don't gotta be me. You know what I mean? Like I put in my work and I put in my hustle, but I would love to see somebody from AZ blow up. Don't matter who it is. You know what I mean? Like as long as they're humble and they're dope. Like I say it all the time. I'm like, man, I'll be like Chris Coke. Chris Coke is one of the coldest rappers of AZ, if not the best. You know what I mean? Then you got 602 Byron, dope as fuck. AB was dope as fuck. You know what I mean? Like there's hella talent right here that, man, I would love to see shine, you know what I mean? Even if it's not me, I ain't no hater.
Nah, that's Feedman. Shit. Well, yeah, I mean, shit, along with my boy AB and shit, that shit was, that was a big loss, for the state, for the city as a whole and shit.
Real talk.
And the rap game and all that shit, so, following my boy. Hey, bro, so how did you, so what was you and Capone, like, what was your guys' initial, like, hey, we're gonna get at this for SPM. Like, how did that even come around? Like,
okay, so basically, I would be on tour, right? And Carolyn was my homegirl. You know what I mean? Like, we did a lot of business, a lot of music. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Now, she had her relations with over that way, right? Mm-hmm. And I would always just like, I don't want to look like a hater. You know what I mean? But I've always felt the way that I felt off the rip when I met her. I'm like, hey, look, I fuck with you. I don't fuck with that fool. You know what I mean? I'm not upset with Dope House Records. Dope House Records didn't do nothing. But that fool's convicted of some ugly charges. He's convicted. There's hella evidence no matter what anybody says. So it's like, she actually had issues at that time. Like he was kind of like slamming her out. So Capone like, hey, we got you. You come on tour with us, this and that. So she's still kind of promoting her music and stuff with, that label and that individual and all of that stuff, which, like I said, I'm not trying to look like a hater, to each their own. If you want to believe that fool's innocent, that's on you. I can't change your beliefs. I'm not trying to change your beliefs. But if you believe like me, you're not gonna condone that, and you're not gonna associate yourself with that stuff. So it kind of got real sticky when we'd be on tour because people would be asking, you know, I mean, not a lot. To be honest, too, not a lot of people. Like some people didn't even know who she was. They'll be like, "Oh, it's that Chomo's daughter, or it's his wife, or you know this and that." They pretend on the internet like this fool, or they're like there's such a huge fan base. That's just internet hype, bro. That's like
that food.
Yeah, it's not really out there in the field. We were out there in the field, you know what I mean? It's like, to be honest, I'm real talk, you know what I mean? And more people, Capone post something, hey, we over here at this location, you know what I mean? People will pull up.
Right.
She make that same kind of post because I've been where it was just her, and I've been where it was both of them, and I've been with Capone without her. Guaranteed, hands down, he has way more fans. You know what I mean? So people, there will be some people pulling up for her. You know what I mean? Like no lie, but it's not a big amount of people. And you know what I mean? Like the fans of that Chomo, right. They're not really deep like that. Like they don't pull up. You know what I mean? They're not like I've gotten an argument. Don't lie. This is one of the with a few of them because I'll be like, hey, you gotta ask her about that. I don't deal with that Chomo. I don't that merchandise or whatever she got representing that shit. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? All of that. You know what I mean? So it started getting too much for me. Like the association with that individual, even though I wasn't associated with them, it just got too much. You know what I mean? And it just so happened that one day we were doing a meet and greet at a dispensary over there in Gallup, New Mexico, because we had a show, and it pretty much me and Carolyn were headlining the show. So we were doing a meet and greet over there in a dispensary in Gallup, New Mexico. And right before the meet and greet, she wasn't there yet. So my manager at the time was calling her to see where she was at, and she just happened to be on the phone with that individual. And he got merged on the call.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that fool started talking to that individual. He was asking him questions, this and that. So I'm like, man.
Oh, he started tripping on him?
No, he wasn't tripping. Like, he was trying to be cool with them.
Oh,
but I'm like, when I found out about this, because he let us know, and I'm like, my manager. And I'm like, why the fuck you didn't hang up, bro? Fuck that fool. We don't associate with that fool. You don't associate with that fool. Like hell no. We don't know what kind of tricks they were up to, if they're trying to record this or what. We don't know. So I was like, you know what I mean? He got scolded. So my manager at the time, he was a young white dude. You know what I mean? He ends up in his car, literally in tears, crying because I scolded him. Capone kind of scolded him. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean?
That's Nando, fool, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But he don't know better, so you know what I mean? But he got scolded for it. You know what I mean? Like, but this guy, a grown-ass man, you know, he's at least, you know, mid-20s. He was literally in tears over the situation because he got scolded because he talked to that individual. Shit. So fast forward, we're still on tour, and it's like the last, I believe it's almost like the last show of the tour, and we're in Grand Junction, Colorado. And that Chomo just had, we're doing the after party like we always do, you know what I mean? We got VIP guests and you know what I mean, like everything.
That was the call?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit, okay.
And then this fool just happened to call. So it wasn't, we didn't set that up, you know what I mean? Like we didn't, you know what I mean, ask for this fool to call, any weird shit like that. He just happened to call. So she's sitting like right here at this table. There's the corner, the phone is sitting right there.
I seen that shit. I was gonna ask you like, how the fuck did that come around? But yeah.
She was sitting at a table just like this, and I was probably standing right there, and the phone was like right here, right?
Yeah,
and it's facing,
I remember that shit.
It's facing like up. So I see the name on the call, and I'm already thinking back, boom, to that situation with my manager. So in reality, I'm thinking get back from my manager at that time. You know, I'm like, oh, hell no. I don't know what kind of tricks they were playing, but check this out. And she's right there. She didn't say nothing, so I picked up the phone. Boom. I answered it. Boom. Hit 5. Nobody's saying nothing. Hey, is this SP molester?
Oh,
you know
shit.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we just started, you know what I mean, having that conversation. Now, this fool try to manipulate me, try to convince me and all this bullshit, but I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to hear it. I don't give a fuck who you are. Well, see, there was like a whole 10 minutes before the recording even started.
Oh shit.
So there was like, man, I wish
the
whole thing would have been recorded so y'all could have seen it. You know what I mean?
That would've been crazy.
But reality
I would've
is
been fucked
that wasn't the intentions. Weren't to hey, we're gonna record this, we're gonna do this, we're
Yeah.
cloud chasing. Nah, I wasn't about cloud. I stand on that
It
shit.
was
I
just
stand,
principles and
yeah, it's
shit.
principles. I stand on that shit to this day. You know what I mean? And I was trying to let this individual know I don't fuck with you, and my people don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? If these other people fuck with you, that's on them. But I stand on that shit. I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
How was the initial reaction to when you did address the individual?
Like from who though?
From
Like people?
yeah, people's standpoint.
I got a lot of blowback, man. A lot of people, they were like, "Oh, you just cloud chasing, all this and that, because the internet." You know what I mean? The internet's wild. All the real ones, of course, because I've already actually we didn't even put that out
It
for
just
a while.
somehow just got out.
No. We eventually Capone put it out, but like it was a while later. It wasn't like right after. We didn't just all of a sudden upload this to the internet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Type of shit. So it's like it was a while. So we were I was out there at Exotic Pop. You know what I mean? Over there in Houston. And they had we go in the first room and they have a painting of him off to the side because they got paintings of a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it when we walked in. So I go in and we're in the warehouse area and they got all these paintings and stuff like that. They got all their Exotic Pop stuff like that. So when we're leaving, I see the painting of that chomo off to the side. I'm like, oh, y'all smart. Y'all smart. Y'all took that out here. Like y'all left this one to the side over here. And the homie's like, oh yeah, we're doing something with his daughter and this and that. I said, oh no, his daughter she didn't do nothing. She, you know what I mean, like she's doing what she's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like she didn't harm nobody as far as I know. But that fool, fuck that fool. He's no good. That's a motherfucking straight chomo. Like that's what's up.
Yeah.
Get rid of that shit, right?
Put that to the side.
Yeah, put that shit to the side. Yeah.
So, how is it like having to deal with a person or in your camp, or a part of your guys' collective, having to deal with his or their backlash or whatever of that family or that individual? Like of her, how does that
You know what? She just kind of tucked her tail and ran. To be honest, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't. Like she was at that.
There was really nothing much she could do, huh?
Well, she wants to sit there and maintain and say that she believes that he's innocent, which, hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, that, to each their own. You know what I mean? Like the facts are the facts. The truth is the truth. All the evidence is there, even though everybody lies and tries to manipulate everybody, and it's all for money. It's all for money. That individual, put it this way, one of the biggest excuses is, well, why he didn't sign the plea? He could have been out already if he would have signed the plea. Well, if he would have admitted guilt, what do you think would have happened?
Oh, fucking crucified.
Yeah, he'd be done. It's done. All the money is done, everything. But if he maintains and tries to say he's innocent, what's going to happen then?
Everything still keeps going. The revenue
Exactly.
and all that shit.
He has a 50-50 chance of people believing his innocence compared to him admitting his guilt. If he admits he's guilty, 100% he's guilty. He's done. There's no chance of making no money. Career's over. Everything else. On top of that, he thought he was going to win that trial. He thought he was going to beat that trial. Yeah, he thought, you could tell by, like, I researched it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm not just going to sit there and say something about somebody without doing the research. I've done the research. Because in reality, when I was a young man, you know what I mean? I was in prison when that shit happened, when he got convicted. So I got the Source magazine, right? Yeah. I'm sitting on my bunk, I'm reading the Source magazine. There's a little tiny article. You know what I mean? Houston rapper, SP molester gets 45 years for touching an 8-year-old girl. I was like 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, the only people that do weird shit like that is people that they don't get none. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm not realizing that there's just sick individuals in the world. So as a young man, I'm just thinking like, hell nah, he must have got set up. You know what I mean? Like that. Just why would he do that? Like he could get any girl he wants. Like this dude's, you know, a rapper. You know what I mean? He got money. He got fame. Yeah, you know what I mean? So why would he do such a thing like that? But look at all this situation. Look at all this Puffy situation. Oh, man. You know what I mean? All these like sick individuals that do sick things.
And all in Hollywood too.
Wait, my bad, fool. So like this fool. So like, my bad. It's like I'm tripped out right now. So like what? So he got convicted of touching an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got convicted. I don't get me wrong. She might have been 9. which
But
is
doesn't change
right,
shit.
right,
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
She could have been 9. So even on the recording, when I was telling him, I think I said the girl was 15 because I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to
Wait,
be
so
wrong.
so this fool was claiming. Wait, hold up, fool. This fool was claiming that the 80-year-old was at the club.
No, so that's a
different.
whole different situation. So see, there's so much confusion. There's so much confusion with this shit. So it's like people don't really know the facts because it's all smoke and mirrors. They're
a lot of he say, she say.
Yeah, hella he say, she say, no facts, and people are they're going with it. People are quick to spread rumors. It's like a game of telephone. If I tell you something and you don't do your research, you tell homie right here, and then he tells homie over there. It's gonna change along the way. Mm-hmm. So where's all the audio and video proof of all of this shit, right? There's court transcripts. That's what we got to go off of. The proof that we have. You know what I mean? We could listen to what somebody said. Do you really think that somebody who's convicted of doing some sick shit is going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, I did that? Nah, they're not going to say that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? What do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, but it's up to y'all. If y'all still supporting it after you see the facts or look into it and do the research or say, oh, well, it's just music. Okay, well, it's just music. Are you going to hang a picture on your wall that some sicko painted?
No.
Nah.
So exactly, the energy and the words and what this individual is saying in his music, even if you think that painting is good, that sick individual did, you're not gonna put it on your wall because you're like, hell no, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that fool. So it's the same concept. So all these people talking about, hey, well, we could separate the art from the artist. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? That's whack as fuck too. You know what I mean? To me, that's whack as fuck. He got convicted, so it's like the whole 13-year-old that he got pregnant. There's no proof that she worked at a strip club. There is no proof that she worked at a strip club. As a matter of fact, we found proof that he says that she didn't work at a strip club. That he met her at his homeboy MC Free's house. That she used to go over there with his sister, or with her sister. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Sick ass fool. That fool. They fucking threw that fool.
Right. So even at that, when he met her, and this is his baby's mom, she has a child from him. So there's proof. So do the math. You know what I mean? All you got to do is do the math.
I seen that fool. It's a guy, right?
His son?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a son. His name's Jordan. You know what I mean? And her name is Jill. His baby's mama name is Jill. Had a son named Jordan, and he was like 22, and she was like 13. When she got pregnant, there is no proof. There was no proof that she worked at a strip club. That's just a rumor.
Right.
Just a rumor. Just like the whole extortion thing. So get to the 8-year-old. The 8-year-old spent the night at his house. That's what he's convicted of. He's convicted of going down on an 8-year-old. You know what I mean? Touching her inappropriately. That's what he's convicted of. That's what he got 45 years for. That's what they try to say that there's no evidence of. You know what I mean? But the thing is, he got convicted in court. He stood on trial. He testified for himself. Still convicted. His lawyer even said for him not to do that, but he did it anyway. His lawyer, they keep saying that he had some janky lawyer or something like that. Hell no. Dude had money.
Yeah.
He had money. That lawyer, his name's Chip Lewis. Research it. Chip Lewis. He's like the lawyer for like NFL players for the Dallas Cowboys.
So he had the bag. So
exactly.
I mean, no dumb fool's gonna sit there and be like, I'm gonna get a janky fool.
Exactly. So even if he did, right, he would fire that lawyer. He would fire that lawyer and get a new team of lawyers because he's rich, right? He got money to afford it. Yeah. I know if I was locked up for something that I didn't do, I'd worry about fighting to get out. Definitely. I wouldn't be worried about doing rap music. I wouldn't be worried about none of that shit. I'd be fighting to get out. You know what I mean? To prove my innocence and to get out. So 20 years, and he still ain't out, and now he still has the same lawyer. So why didn't he fire that lawyer and get a new lawyer if this lawyer was no good? So I seen an interview Carolyn did, and she's talking about, oh, well, she's trying to downplay the lawyer, right? Well, that's the lawyer for Enron, so go figure. So the whole Enron scandal, why would they hire this guy? These are more rich people.
Yeah.
Why would they hire this guy? Now, they lost the case.
You did your research, huh?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nah, that's hell yeah.
Why would they hire this guy? They lost the case. But he's still a good lawyer. Don't mean that he wasn't a good lawyer. He must have been the top-notch lawyer for Enron to hire him through that scandal. it only makes sense, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna, let's hire this guy who he lost this case and he lost that case and he's not good, but we're fighting this case. I'm a hire a good lawyer. I mean, that's just how it goes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure the lawyer has boxing gloves
Right.
ready to fight.
These are $1 million lawyers. These are not a $10,000 lawyer. You know what I mean? Like, these are $1 million lawyers. These are lawyers that are making, these people have millions of dollars. Why are they gonna hire some janky ass lawyer? It's not gonna happen like that.
I wanted to ask you, so how did you start rapping? Like, what made you want to be a rapper? Because I seen on your bio, and I was gonna ask you that too. On your bio, you have producer, actor, and you have writer. I was like, damn, like this was versatile. And then I was gonna ask you, like, how did you get on into all that stuff, bro?
You know what? It just came to me as a kid. You know what I mean? Like listening to rap music, just being into it. I think a lot of us, you know what I mean, that love music. We just got into it. We just want to start rapping and doing our own music. In reality, so it's like, Arizona really didn't have a scene back then.
All right.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I was always a fan. I just did shit for the hood. You know what I mean? I did shit for the hood, for the homies. You know what I mean? Trying to represent like my area. You know what I mean? My set and shit like that. And just put it on the map. You know what I mean? Just do something. Just play around shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You know that's how it all started.
So in your
Go.
oh my bad, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like, where would you say you grew up at, bro? Where's your stomping grounds and stuff?
Oh man, Maryville,
Maryville?
West Phoenix. You know what I mean? 48th Avenue.
Okay.
Sheesh.
That's all right. I was born in Maryville too, so that's what's up.
Yeah, what area? Right there.
I would have to say, I can't remember. I was really young, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I know I was born in Maryville Hospital. Shout out to that because it's no longer there anymore. Well,
Right. What did they say? It's like a psychiatric
Yeah,
hospital.
man. But yeah, man. I love Maryville.
Hey, they still got the ER right there though.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if you want to go there.
Oh yeah. It was very known for not being that good.
Yeah,
Right.
Maryville's hella like that. I used to stay right there on 55th. You know those Casa Verde apartments?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
My homegirl actually got murdered right there, bro.
Ooh. Nah, it's
It's crazy out there.
Yeah.
Sorry
Nah,
to
it's
hear that.
Yeah, rest in peace, Liar. Rest in peace, Muñeca. You know what I mean? They both. Yeah, they got gunned down right there. They knocked on the door when they opened. So it must have been even somebody she knew or got trusted. You know what I mean? But she opened the door and they blasted homegirl sitting on the chair and homegirl that answered the door.
Damn.
It's wild, yeah.
Damn. Nah, that shit was
Crazy. I can imagine it's just a little bit wild now. Well, I don't know. Yeah, a little bit.
It's always been crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, man, the whole Vale. You know what I mean? Like a lot of gang activities. You know what I mean? It's like like my barrio was like one of the most hated. You know what I mean? Like I actually got along with Eastsiders more before because like we beefed it with everybody on the West Side. You know what I mean? Like we didn't get along with nobody. Hollywood, West Side Chicanos, West Side LCM. You know what I mean? Like there was nobody that we were cool with. You know what I mean? Just Vadio homeboys. It was like us and the homies Vadio homeboys, West Side Wedgwood and Vadio homeboys. And you know what I mean? Like we were like everybody out BIC. We beefed it with BIC. We beefed it with everybody.
I want to ask, were things different back then? Like, because there's a lot of shootings now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it kind of like the same back then, or is it like, would you guys squabble more?
Actually, my era was when all that shooting started. Yeah,
Really?
like,
Shit, okay.
yeah, like that's when all that shit really started. You know what I mean? Like there was like you got to imagine. I don't know if you remember or you even know of the days when they used to cruise like 51st and all of that stuff right there. It's like there was shootings all the time. Like Phoenix started coming together. It's like when I got out of prison.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now I gotta kick it with all these fools, right?
Right.
Like even at that, I was in the feds, so it's like the homies from Finiquera, we were scarce. You know what I mean? There was more homies from Tucson right there. So the whole AZ car, it was different, but also I gotta be cool with even my ops.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna get out and I'm a gangbang against the same people that I gotta be cool with when I'm locked up? Because I'm just if I'm gangbanging, most likely I'm gonna get locked up again, and then I'm gonna be cool with the people that I'm banging against. It just
It's
not gonna make sense.
yeah, it don't make sense at all. So I'm like, okay. So when I got out, I was just more like, okay, it's an Avenues thing. I'm from the Avenues. So why am I beefing with people from my area? We should come together more. You know what I mean? Like we're all from the Avenues. So I don't care if you're from West Side Chicanos. I don't care if you're from Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna end all that.
So
that
what year
old
would you
beef
say?
shit.
What year would you say that all happened? Like got established and shit.
After I got out of prison, about like 05.
05.
Yeah, like 05. When I got back into the music scene in about 05, 06, 07, 08, you know what I mean? Car show scene, stuff like that.
So like so what high school did you go to?
Okay, so high school shit.
Yeah.
So
How was your childhood type shit?
My childhood, it was cool, you know what I mean? Like I was right there. I went to school right there on 48th in Indian school, Andalusia, you know what I mean? Like I spent the most of like from kindergarten all the way to like 7th grade right there. We moved to right there like 43rd and Camelback, like right across from Alhambra High School, like middle 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then I was still right there, but you know I'll be going right there. I'll be back on 48th and all of that. You know what I mean? Like going back and forth. And so I went to a different school, and then I was just ditching every day. So I really didn't go to junior high. You know what I mean? I would go. We would ditch. I'll go back. I'll get like 2 days in school suspension. Do those 2 days in school suspension. Then I would ditch again. 2 days in school suspension. It got to where the in school suspension class was my homeroom. That was my classroom.
Damn.
So I spent the rest of the 7th grade like that. 8th grade, pretty much the same thing until they just kicked me out. They're like, hey, we're gonna give you your diploma, just go. So to be honest, I really didn't even have a junior high education. But I was always smart. Like I was always book smart. Like I like even though I didn't even put no effort into it, I was already like 7th grade. When I started 7th grade from 6th grade, I was doing like integrated math and algebra and all that shit, and I like no effort at all. So high school, I got locked up. Like my mom moved again. So then we moved all the way to the north side. Territory I'd never been to, like Sunny Slope.
Shit, okay.
Yeah, I
like
had
7th Street and Hatchery?
Well, 11th Avenue, like 11th Avenue. We moved to 11th Avenue and Cochise, which was like right down the road from between Hatcher and Peoria. Mm-hmm. So I started my first week at Sunny Slope High School. I got into it with the football players. Like I'm out of bounds, you know, this and that. But then on top of that, I'm 14 years old. I'm running around putting in work. Yeah. So I caught my first armed robbery case within like 2 weeks of high school.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, so I didn't even really go to high school. And then I got out and I was on home arrest. And then I ended up going to Cortez High School for a little bit, but I only got like a half a day. So I had like 2 block classes and like a special class.
Oh, yeah,
an
elective.
Yeah, elective. So, you know what I mean? I finished that year because I was on home arrest. Started the next year, got kicked out within like the first 2 weeks again, and then stopped going to high school. We moved again back more to the west side, 23rd and Campbell area.
Oh, okay.
So when I started going back to high school, I went to Central for a little bit. Same thing. I had 2 block classes. Went till lunch and I was done. Till finally, I just dropped out. You know what I mean? I just dropped out.
Did you end up like getting a GED or anything?
Yeah, when I went to prison, that's what I'm saying. Like I was always kind of smart. Yeah, when I went to prison, so in the feds, it's like you have to, like if you don't have a GED, your pay grade is like hella low. You're getting like $5. You could get up to like maybe $25 a month. Damn. So I'm like, yeah. So at least when I got my GED, I could get up to like 50, 56. You know what I mean? Like dollars a month. You know, working. So yeah, like all I did is just brush up real quick. Like I smashed that GED test. Like and like I said, I didn't even really have no high school education, no junior high education. Just brushed up on my GED shit. Did a couple classes. Bam, it was over. I smashed that shit. First trial on the test. You know what I mean? Just it's done.
And when did you start getting into music? Like or started recording music?
So I was recording even when I was on home arrest for the first armed robbery. Yeah. Like I would get the little cassette boombox.
Oh,
and I'll push record and play instrumentals on the big radio. Mm-hmm. And then you know what I mean I was starting way back when I was like 14, just playing around. Like I said, it was for the hood.
Dope. This is
yeah, it's for the hood.
Yeah. So in the process of doing music, how was it like balancing music and like your regular life?
Like really it's just man, like I've always been a hustler. Like everything that I rapped about in my music, it's all real shit. Like this is my stories. This is my life. You know what I mean? It's like I trip out on these rappers. They work full time. They're working. They're car salesmen. They, you know what I mean? They work in a warehouse. You know what I mean? They do these jobs, right? It's like to me, in my genre of rap, I get it. If you're just a hip hop, you do hip hop. You're not rapping about no gangster shit. You're not rapping about pushing work. You're not rapping about none of this shit.
Yeah.
And you're working a regular 9 to 5. Okay, I get it, because to me, the music is supposed to be authentic.
That's right.
So to me, I'm gonna keep it real. I only had like one 9 to 5 job, really, and that's when I got out of prison.
What did you work at?
I worked for a produce company. I was a produce delivery driver when I got out of prison, because I had to get a job for my.
Oh, shit.
So in the feds, it's mandatory probation. So there's no parole, but it's mandatory probation. And also I had got convicted of some shit in the state, like right before. That's how they got the search warrant to come get me for the feds. You know what I mean? It was like a whole wild mess, whatever. But so I caught a drug charge, and then I got convicted of that for the state. And then a week after I got convicted, the feds came and got me for the gun charges. So, you know, it was just, you know, it was crazy. So up until that time, like don't get me wrong, every now and then I thought, oh man, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna go get a job. I work for like a day or 2 days, you know what I mean? Like telemarketing or something, and I'll be like, oh hell nah, fuck this shit. This shit ain't for me. I'll go back to, I'm doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like whatever. But I held that other job, that produce delivery job, I held that shit down for at least like a year, over a year, bro. You know what I mean? While I was on probation, you know what I mean? Until I figured it out. You know what I mean? I figured it out, like, oh shit. So I started printing t-shirts. So I got my own business now. Yeah. So really, I would tell my probation, I got my own business. Then on top of that, back then they didn't have Uber, they had cabs, right?
Yeah.
So like, I signed up to be a cab driver. So like, they don't know, I work my own schedule. They don't know when I work, if I work. It's all cash, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, they cash.
There's no, it's like being a barber.
I did it, yeah, I did it like, I think 4 times. I did it like 4 times. Oh, it was wild. Like, I can't even disclose some shit that popped out. Hey, I can't even disclose some shit that popped out. Like, hey, with that shit, it was fucking crazy. My first day was even fucking crazy.
That's wild,
yeah, way wild. Way wild. You know what I mean? I'll tell you off camera. But fuck, bro. Like, but either way, like I said, it was easy to get over on my probation officer because I'll be like, I'm working. And so if I made cash, like I got money, I pay my probation fees, all of that. Like I don't smoke, I don't, you know what I mean, none of that shit. Like, so probation was a breeze. My only issue was having an actual 9 to 5 job on paper so I can, you know, be good with them.
Yeah.
Because I always made money, you know what I mean? I always made money. Like, money is not a factor. It wasn't like I was just a bum. I always made money, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I choose to work for myself, not for
anyone
else, yeah.
No, that's good, man.
So when you were doing all that, how did it come on to becoming a recording artist in a big studio? Like, how did you get your big deal? Or what's up with it? Died.
Fuck.
Charge that shit. You gonna get another battery?
No, we do. How much? Well, hold on. So it's gonna tell us right here. So we have 30.